My name is Edgar Liberator from Ghetto Radio, live mtaani ikiwa hizi area za Grace of Resort. Fit sana tumepatana. First tell us your name and unatoka organization gani. Alafu pia tuambie this issue of stories of women who are harassed in public spaces. Start with your name.
Okay, my name is Susan Sindani. I am a co-founder for an organization called Empowered Women Collective. It is online based that deals with advocating against sexual and gender-based violence, and so mostly we deal with young women and girls, and we find a way to connect them to help and also provide ways in which they can economically empower themselves and how they can heal from being survivors of GBV and SDBV. On the matter of women's harassment, especially in public spaces, I have been subject to that. I don't want to say a victim, I have been a survivor, and this is basically something that majority of Kenyan women go through. You find that you have just come from your place and you're maybe going to town, and let's say maybe you've passed along some Dudi guys, watu wa boda boda, and maybe someone wants to offer you services, but because you had another plan of maybe taking a matatu, you refuse the services, and simply because of you expressing your freedom of speech, someone thinks that they can insult you or maybe make a sexually offensive comments, like for instance unaringa kwenda huko hata hauna haga, or like they really use obscene languages, a way that can really affect a lady or a woman's mental state. What these people don't understand, what they don't know about, is that a woman is an equal person before the Constitution of Kenya. Before the law, we have the freedom to enjoy equal protection. We have the freedom to also have access to the benefit of the law. And these people don't know that you can actually take that as a sexual harassment, verbal sexual harassment, take them to court, and they can be convicted. So I basically think that sometimes and most perpetrators are either mtuandudhi or even makanga kwa gari, the tutors in the matatus that we use. So basically most of the time they might be doing this out of ignorance, but that doesn't mean that someone has the right to just violate your rights as a human person, as a woman. And so you find that in Kenya this has become a norm because perhaps women do not go and report these issues, but it is not normal to be violated like that, whether verbally or physically.
Let me ask you, do we have a law on, let's say, public transport order? And also you find that apart from abusive words, there's also physical harassment. Unapata demo kole kwanza mimi anawarumega sana.
Yeah.
Unaona vile anang'ang'aniwa na makanga juu and right and left. Unaona amevutiwa, unajua wamevaa na vitu kama hizo. What does the public transport order say about harassment in public transport or in public spaces? Because haijafanyika once,
yeah.
And it's like Kenyans don't learn.
So I wouldn't really say that I'm an expert in that law, but I will say that commenting on the Constitution of Kenya, everyone has a right to not to be violated or even harassed. And once you start doing something like that, it means that you're actually enforcing harm on someone, whether physically or mentally, and that basically makes you an offender. You're literally violating the human right of that person to enjoy equal benefit, the benefit of being not being subjected to any kind of physical assault. Because even in pushing a person during the public transport activities that happen, where people, makangas, they run towards one person, one is taking your luggage, another one is holding your hand, you're literally being physically harassed and physically assaulted. I would not know like the specifics of that law, but I would say for a fact that person is being violated physically and even mentally. So I think the solution is the government of Kenya to not just let the constitution and the laws be contained in a book, like written. They should have ways. I don't know if there are ways for that, but I have not seen it in my community. There should be ways in which the government of Kenya monitors the uptake of these laws and rights. They have to make sure that the public understands their own rights and freedoms and understand in which case they are violating the rights of someone else. This is something that is very lacking, especially in our public transport system, where people feel like they can just violate you and there's nowhere you will take them. But once I know my rights, I can actually know that I will take this person to court and justice will be served. Yeah.
Okay, as we wind up, I consider the transport industry as a hospitality industry, because it also represents our culture. It has a lot you can relate to. So your word of advice to wale actors of the industry, including wale wase wana own the motor vehicles, the nduthis, unajua, na pia makangas, wale wase wengine, and all the stakeholders in that. Your word of advice that can change their attitude.
Actually, my word of advice to change the attitude is to treat, you have said it is within the hospitality industry, and the hospitality industry thrives on client service and customer service. They should treat these people as their clients, as their valued clients. The way you would go to a 5-star hotel, you are treated with care and respect and honor. You are valued as a client. Simply because maybe we are crowded in a matatu doesn't mean that we don't have rights, doesn't mean that we're actually not contributing towards your business. We are clients, we are giving you our money. We deserve to be treated with dignity, with value, and as worthy human beings, regardless of whether you're a woman or a man. So they should treat their clients, as people, not just as a means for them to get money, but as people. And their employees, the matatu conductors, the nduthi guys, should be held accountable. So accountability should be from the top to the end, to the lowest part. Like if you have employed a matatu driver or conductor, are you in constant contact with them? Are you monitoring how they are actually treating your clients? So don't just see us as people that need you. You actually also need us. You need our money to be able for you to accelerate your business. So we are people and we are clients, and we both need each other.
This is a crucial one, and it's my last question on live mtaani. Do you think the makangas, the drivers, the nduthi guys, they also need capacitation on these issues, like the ones we are doing here, on GBV, on harassment? Do you think there's some form of capacitation that they should also get?
I totally think there is a form of capacity building that they need to get, because through civic engagement and civic education, that is when they can actually see how they have been subconsciously or ignorantly violating some of these rights. So even those people, watu wa boda boda and nduthis and matatu makangas, they deserve to be educated, to be capacity built on some of these basic things, because they might actually land in trouble simply because they're ignorant. And they always say ignorance is no defense. So we don't want them to be those people. We want them to be informed.
Do you think the Traffic Act might change so that a traffic police, you see, a lot of these issues happen when the traffic police is watching, and probably hata wengine ni madama kutoa hapo na rungu yake na collect drive na kitoki yake, jamaa kwa hapo ni police uniform. Do you think the traffic act should change as a conclude, even protecting GBV to happen in traffic areas?
Actually, those people are there because they need to protect us from any form of violence. Even GBV is a form of violence. So them actually sitting there and witnessing it all and not doing something makes them complacent. So maybe they also need to be capacity built and also trained on their duty to us as citizens on how they can continue protecting us, because maybe there is a capacity gap. Maybe they just need to be reminded of why they enrolled in that protective position. They need to protect us, so they shouldn't just let it happen. They should step in and take care of us. So we should look out for each other regardless of whether I am a citizen or you are a law enforcement officer.
Okay. I've been a liberator, Edgar Ogutu. Tell us how you can find your organization. Are you online? Are you somewhere? How can people reach you?
You can reach us through Twitter at Empowered Women Collectives, but the tag is actually Empowered Femmes. You can also reach out to me through Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn at Susan Sindani, and let's continue engaging on social media and even through live media like this. Thank you so much.
Let's link up inside Live Mtaani each and every Saturday morning, hosted by me, Edgar the Liberator.